Well, hello, Christian High. It's Mr. Johnson again, and I am going to do another video. I had 4 or 5 of you say that you like the videos, and so I've decided to do one tonight and give you something to think about. Wherever we go during this trip, we're going to have the possibility of purchasing things that you can cherish for a lifetime. And so today, what I want to do is show you some things that I have enjoyed purchasing in the Holy Land, show you some of the things that I have bought. First off, I want to say that there are some things that are actually free. And I know that might sound kind of weird. They're free souvenirs. There are some really neat souvenirs when you go to the Holy Land. One of my favorites is pottery shards. These shards are from pottery. I have a whole bag that I actually have kept. And you can pick these up all over the place, especially when we're walking through Armageddon, which is where Armageddon is. We'll be there on the first day we're in Israel. They're all over the place, and it's okay to take them. In Jericho, there will be a number of pottery shards as well. They don't do the archaeologists any good because they've been scattered, and it's not helping them. Pottery is a good thing to be able to help the archaeologists be able to date the digs they do in the tells and to look at the strata and figure out what time frame it is. But you'll be able to pick those up and take those home, and I think that's pretty cool. Another free one that you can get is when we're in the Garden Tomb. We're going to be having communion together at the Garden Tomb. I'm planning on purchasing for everybody some olive wood cups, and these olive wood cups are made individually. We're going to put our grape juice in here, and they'll also have the elements for the bread, and we'll have our own communion service. We'll have a chance to practice the ordinance of the Lord's Supper. We'll also be practicing the ordinance of baptism. So that will be something you'll be able to take home and to be able to cherish that memory being at the Garden Tomb, which is a great depiction of what the tomb would have looked like, and we'll be talking more about that when we get there. Let's talk about Turkey. We're going to have a chance to do some shopping at the Grand Bazaar. It is full of shops, 4,000 or 5,000 of them, I believe, total. It's almost like going to Tijuana. There's these tiny little shops wherever you go, and you can buy a variety of things. One of the favorite things, and I don't have any in front of me because I ate all the candy that I brought from last April's trip, but Turkish Delight is made out of this. I think it's corn syrup and sugar are the main ingredients, but they make different flavors. Like the green will be lime, and they have lemon and cherry and different flavors. And these boxes you can actually get if you bargain. And by the way, you will want to bargain, especially in Turkey, because that's just the way they do things. But you bring home a box for $2 or $3 at the most. You can get 4 or 5 of those. People like that when you get home. It's a great souvenir. Now in Israel, it depends on what you want for a souvenir because there are a number of things that you can actually get while we're there. We'll be stopping at some official stores. What they'll do is they'll close the doors behind us as we come into the store, and we'll get that store for 45 minutes. One place we're certainly going to be visiting is the Olivewood store in Bethlehem. They sell nativity sets made out of olive wood as well as statues. You can pay a lot of money for the handcrafted ones, but this is your place to buy something like that. So when we go there, when we go to these types of shops, most likely it's the only place you're going to be able to get the best quality. And when we go to the shops, if they close the doors for us, we'll be paying a little bit more. They're a little more expensive, but what the nice thing is, the company has guaranteed the quality, our company Maranatha, and so when you buy something there, if they say it's gold, for instance, and it's not gold, you come home and you find out it's not, you just have to complain to the company and they'll take care of that for you. You can have things mailed to you. I purchased last April in Bethlehem 3 nativity sets that I gave to my kids for Christmas. They loved them. You can pay a lot of money for the handcrafted ones or the machine ones, and so it depends on what they have put into it is how much something like that's going to cost. But we'll be going to a shop like that, and we'll also be going to a dishware store where there'll be beautiful plates, cups, saucers. These are handmade, beautiful pieces. I bought some in 2009 when I took the school in 2009. I did lose some to breakage when I came back because I tried to carry it back, unlike the olive wood sets where I had those mailed to me. The pieces that I was able to keep that didn't break were just wonderful. My wife and my mom I gave pieces to, and they loved them. They do have gold and silver products in Israel. And that's a possibility as well. You can also buy archaeological pieces. In 2009, I had a parent of a student buy some very expensive coins. And these are authentic coins going back 2,000 years. In fact, I have a collection of ancient coins going back to Julius Caesar. I have a Julius Caesar denarius and Tiberius Caesar and other nice pieces. And they're available out there. I would suggest on coins probably using the internet. You can go on eBay and probably get better deals. But they're available. Pottery is available as well. You can spend as much money as you like, but I would just say be cautious, know what your budget is, and then I think also knowing what you want before you go there, and that's why I wanted to do this video, to tell you a little bit of what's there, so you can say that's something I might want, or you might do some searching on the internet to find out what other kinds of things they have. That would be something that you can go on an adventure looking for, finding that exact piece. We are going to be probably spending a couple hours shopping in the Israeli Christian quarters of Jerusalem. This is not going to be a closed store atmosphere, as I mentioned before with some of the stores. When you go shopping at the Grand Bazaar or places where we have no control, we'll have lunch usually, but then you'll go and be able to do whatever shopping you want there. Just know it's buyers beware. Be cautious. If they say it's gold, be careful, because there are some people out there who will actually try to rip you off. And even in Jerusalem, there will be lots of peddlers who will be selling their wares, posters, tote bags, postcards, other trinkets. That's where your singles come in. You want to take some singles with you, have those with you, and you can bargain these guys down. You can buy usually 15 postcards for $1, or you can buy a poster, a nice long poster for $1. If you depends on where we're at some of the places. These peddlers will try to rip you off if you're not careful. So that's why I bring the dollars. That's why I've been telling you to hold on to those singles. Use those to and just say I only have $1, and usually you'll find out right away what things are going to cost. Students have been asking me how much should I bring on this trip to be able to buy things, and that all depends. Depends on who you are. I would suggest, if you want just a basic starting point, I would bring 50 singles. That would be the starting point for me. You'll be able to buy the waters, you'll be able to buy the trinkets like that. That would be nice. I would probably also bring another $100 for lunches and some spending money on buying a few things. I think that would probably be sufficient. Maybe some would want to bring 200. You can bring whatever you want. If you're planning to purchase big things, especially things that you can have mailed back, I would suggest a debit or a credit card. They work. If you don't have one, you can get a cash card from the grocery store, a Visa card I think it is, that you can have the cash actually loaded onto it. But credit cards are perfectly fine. If you have them, they will exchange your money for the best rates. So there's no worry about exchanging any money ever. You will not have to go to the shekels in Israel, and I think it's the lira for Turkey. But you never have to exchange money, because the dollar is known throughout both of the countries we're going to be in. And so you'll be able to do all your business with credit cards or with cash. Some other things that you might want to consider, I just put a few of these out. This is a fake oil lamp, you can see. I think you can pay a couple bucks for. It shows you what the lamp of the widows who had the oil for their lamps. This is a fake one. I actually have a real one. This is about 1,600 years old, and you could buy one of those as well. You're going to pay probably for a piece like this, probably a couple $100. But just to show what it is, you can get that. Another thing here, we're going to be at the Dead Sea, Qumran, Dead Sea Scrolls. You can buy a little piece here that shows you what the container was that held the scrolls. That's something there. You can also get head covering. In Bethlehem, you'll be able to buy these. This is a head covering with the strap that goes all the way around. For the Palestinians, if you're interested in that. A lot of the kids last trip in April wore those when they rode the camels, and so it was a fun time for them to wear Palestinian wear. I'm wearing a kippah, a yarmulke. These are not sacred in any means. They are just a head covering, and you'll see these being worn at the Western Wailing Wall. The Jews will wear these. This is the head covering when you're inside in a synagogue. And I have a whole bunch of them. I think I bought 10 of them for $15. And so they're different colors, and a lot of the guys like to get those, and you can buy those in Jerusalem. There's something to buy. There's actually so many different things. I can't even tell you everything, but I just wanted to give you an idea of some of the things that were there. We will be, I am going to tell you one last thing before I go here. As far as safety with your money, you're going to want to keep your money safe. People will want to try to pickpocket you. There are pickpockets in crowded places, especially small boys who will walk through crowds looking for wallets in backs of pockets. I'm going to tell you, do not, guys, keep your wallet in the back of your pocket unless you want to have it taken, because they see when there's a big wad in somebody's back pocket, and that's the easiest place to be able to take money. I usually put my wallet, when we're going somewhere, I put it in my backpack if I have my backpack with me. I might even leave it on the bus and just have some money with me if I know I just need maybe a few snacks or whatever. But this is something that is safety. You just want to always be aware of who's around you. If you do need to have your wallet with you and you don't have your backpack, then keep it in your front pocket, and that way you can keep your hand in the pocket, and that would prevent somebody from trying to get in. We haven't had any problems in the other trips we've had, but not that there hasn't been somebody trying to do something, but I'm always very cautious with that and telling my students, make sure you're keeping your eyes open and prevent the temptation, because if you can prevent the temptation, they won't try it, and that keeps us from messing around with trying to get somebody arrested and all of the hassle that would be. When we arrive in Israel as well, we will be collecting all the student passports. If the adults want to give them to us as well, we will be keeping them together, locking them up in a safe for the duration while we're in Israel, because it just takes one person's passport to be lost, and it's like everybody's passport is lost. It's a real hassle. We don't want to have that happen, and we don't want anybody's passport to be stolen. So we just safely will keep that together and have it locked up, and there will be no problems there. We haven't had any problems in other trips that we've taken. Well, it's going to be a great trip. Are you getting excited yet? It's coming quickly, so I'll see you soon.